Aye, Ena said. That way Vera'll think she's just stopping by for a chat.
Do you not think it might be time for you to leave Vera on her own more? Minnie said suddenly, though her voice was barely above a whisper, and her gaze didn't get beyond the top button of Ena's double-breasted coat. I know you leave her for the odd hour or so when you pop into the Rovers, Ena, but don't you think you could start leaving her alone in the vestry for longer now? Her voice trailed off and she stared down at her lap, almost overwhelmed that she dared to voice an opinion. She and Martha had often discussed the fact that Ena's protectiveness made Vera seem slower than perhaps she really was, but neither of them had ever plucked up the courage to say so. For a moment Ena looked as if she was about to scold Minnie, and Minnie and Martha exchanged worried glances. But to their relief, Ena merely shook her head. I don't want to leave her alone any longer than I have to, and neither would you. Not if you knew the kind of daft things she can get up to, even when I'm there. Like what? Martha asked. Never mind that. Ena brushed her aside. She's weak, and she's easily led. Just ripe for folk like that Elsie Tanner to tempt her into wicked ways. You've got to have eyes in the back of your head when you've got neighbours like her, Ena went on, and she wagged her finger at no one in particular. I get worried every time I see her even talking to Vera. I swear I'll swing for that woman one day, but I'll not let her lead my daughter astray. With that, she gulped down the last of her drink and hurriedly made her way out of the pub. Elsie Tanner knocked on the door of the vestry, and Vera Sharples opened it. Hello, love. It's good to see you. Are you all right? Oh, yes, thanks, Mrs. Tanner. I'm fine, Vera said. Oh, you look nice. Elsie was wearing a snugly fitting dress with a low-cut bodice in a striking reddish print. It matched the red of her hair, which had been piled up into stiff curls on top of her head, as though she was ready for a special outing. Is your mam in? Elsie asked with a smile, though she already knew the answer to her question. No, she's out, Vera said. Lily's here with me. She indicated the sitting room. She came round after work and I've made us a spam sandwich. Would you like one? She opened the door wider to let Elsie in, and she couldn't help commenting on her silk stockings and high-heeled shoes. A present, Elsie said, and to Vera's astonishment she winked. No thanks to the sandwich, but I might have a cup of summat, if you can spare it. We've got a bit of camp left in the bottle. Will that do? Vera asked. She'd been given strict instructions not to offer tea to anyone without Ena's say-so, as it was heavily rationed. That would be lovely, thanks, love. And Elsie carefully checked the street before she shut the door and followed Vera into the back room. Vera and her mother had lived in the two-room living quarters behind the Mission of Glad Tidings for several years now, but they still didn't have much in the way of equipment or crockery. Vera took down the remaining cup from the dresser and put it on the freshly scrubbed tabletop. We have no more ration coupons till next week, I'm afraid, Vera said. That's all right, Elsie responded with a smile. Do you know Lily Longhurst? Vera asked. Elsie nodded towards Lily. Martha's lass, of course. Hello, Chuck, she said. And as a matter of fact, I'm glad you're here, Lily. This could be your lucky night. She turned to Vera. I was wondering if you knew anything about the GI barracks out at Burton Wood, Elsie said. No, Vera shook her head. What's that? Oh, it's not far from here. It's the place where the American soldiers are based. Vera shrugged.